Hey, what's up, CrossFit Breakthrough? This is Nate, and we are back with episode 2 of What is Fitness? Now, last week, Coach Nick taught us about the 10 general physical skills and the Hopper model. We talked about how our fitness is directly related to our competency across all 10 of those skills and how we need to be prepared for anything that comes out of that hopper or anything that life throws at us. Now, this week, we're going to continue our discussion with What is Fitness, talking about the 3 metabolic pathways or energy systems. Now, we're not going to hammer the bioenergetics too much, but I do think it is important for us to have a basic understanding of what is happening inside our bodies when we are training across broad times and modal domains. So let's look at it like this. Imagine a vehicle that could have several different engines. You could have a diesel engine, you could have a gasoline engine, or you could go green and have an electric motor. All of those engines have a different preferred fuel source and have a different function. Now, our bodies has 3 systems that function very similarly, except our bodies are much cooler because we are kind of hybrids and have all 3 types of engines. So those engines in our bodies are called metabolic pathways or energy systems, and they are made up by 3 different ones: the phosphagen system, the glycolytic system, and the aerobic system, sometimes called different names, but this is what we will go with today. Now, each of those systems have their own preferred fuel source, and they also have their own function. So we've got a chart here showing our 3 different energy systems. Now, this chart is very limited and doesn't show all of the complexities of what's happening in our bodies at a cellular level, but it is a good foundation for us to begin to understand. So as you can see, on the y-axis here, we have power, also called intensity, and we have time, or the length of our training. And we see these 3 energy systems spread out here. So the first one is our phosphagen system. You can see that it creates high amounts of power, very intense, but for short duration. Think very short bursts, but maximum intensity. Next, you see the aerobic system, which is lower amounts of power, but a long duration. So moving up past 2 minutes, but a lower sustained effort. And then in the middle, we have high effort, but a medium duration with our glycolytic system. Think efforts more than 10 seconds, but up to about 90 seconds. Now, it is important to notice that these exist on a continuum. They are not operating independent of one another. Rather, they're all operating at the same time. However, one may be operating more than the others, depending on our intensity and depending on our duration of activity. But why is this important? This is important to consider when we are programming, because not only do we want to be competent across all of those 10 general physical skills like we talked about last week, but we also want to be competent across our 3 different energy systems. This is why we program workouts like a 3-rep max hang power snatch. That would be high power output, but short duration. Or why we program a workout like Jackie. It is a higher effort, higher intensity, higher power output, but a shorter duration. And then this is also why we program longer duration workouts. Think something like a 5K row. We are trying to be competent across broad times and modal domains.
If you like this, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, maybe even share with a friend or 2, help spread the good news of health and fitness. And if you've got any questions, anything you'd like to have us discuss going forward, please leave a comment, let us know. Next week, we will be hitting episode 3. We'll see you then.